Did you know that there are 22 mainline Call of Duty games that have come out in the past 23 years? Some of them have been called masterpieces, some of them have been called garbage, but one thing remains the same. We keep buying them. Same thing goes for Skyrim. That single game has been released 17 times since it first came out on the Xbox 360. And of course, people complain and say that game devs need to make new things, find new tricks, try something new, blah blah blah. But still, we keep buying them. So why do we buy the same games over and over again? That is what we're going to figure out today. And it's not just because the games are good. The easy answer is nostalgia, and yeah, that's a big part of it. But there's other psychological factors at play right under the surface. Things like familiarity, social pressure, your identity, and even the way our brains are wired. And on top of that, many of these games are designed to make you value them the longer you play them. They pull you in more and more over time. A lot of these psychology concepts are related, but I'll be going through them kinda one by one. If you want to learn any more about them, I'll have links in the description. Now let me set the scene for a moment. Let's say you live down the street from a Chinese restaurant. You've lived here for a few years and you drive by the place on your way home from work. Every day you see it. Crispy egg rolls and sloppy orange chicken. Eventually, you're gonna try it. And if it's really good, then you're gonna be a loyal customer. Now imagine the restaurant is called Call of Duty 45, Leprechaun Warfare. Every single year we see ads for Call of Duty. Every year we see the guy on the cover looking cool, holding the gun. Is it gonna be one gun this year or two guns? Maybe 4 guns? Place your votes now, fellas. But if you've never tried COD and you keep seeing the mid-roll ads and the TikTok ads and the sponsorships and the YouTube reviews over and over and over again, odds are, you're eventually gonna play COD. In psychology, this is called the mere exposure effect. The mere exposure effect is simple. The more you see something, the more you tend to like it. You drive by the Chinese place every day after work, you notice it more often because it's closer to your house, so you go to get egg rolls because you're like, hey, why not? I'll try it. You see the Super Bowl ads every year for Call of Duty, so you get it day one. But the mere exposure effect can work in the opposite way too. If the first time you're shown something is in a negative light, then you can react negatively to it every time you see it. You can see so many sports betting ads that you start to get annoyed and vow to never go near them. As you guessed, this is what makes advertising work. And it makes sense too, like the more times you see something, the more likely you are to engage with it. Whether that's in a good light or bad, you still think about it, right? Call of Duty's massive marketing campaigns get this done and dusted, out of this world. But we're missing a critical element of the COD formula that also applies to any remakes, remasters, special editions, or anything like that. The animations can look the same, the maps can feel the same, and they usually do, but there's always a little catch, a little new detail that makes you think, oh, that might be cool. I call this the same, but different. If you like GTA 5, and you see that a new DLC is coming out for free, you already know that you like GTA 5, and now there's something new on top of it, so you're like, oh, I guess I'll play GTA 5 again. This even goes way back to games like Assassin's Creed. Yes, you're playing as Ezio for the 3rd time, but get this, he has a hook on his blade now. This time you can jump off the walls. This time Jack has a gun. This time, you can play as Goku. And the thing is, little gimmicks like this are super easy to draw people in with. We love these shiny new novelties they show us as we swipe through the TikTok ads. We see that, we go, oh, that's kind of cool. Wow, it's a hook and a blade? You might say you don't like the ads, but the bigger truth is that enough people respond to these gimmicks that the advertising pays for itself tenfold. That's also where you get the vocal minority of people who say that something sucks and it's the worst thing from the corporate slop fest blah blah blah, and then the game still sells like $1 billion. But that's a video for another time, who cares? We as gamers love when an established formula gets a little twist as long as it doesn't feel too different. What's interesting is that the twist becomes part of the formula. It's like making the same pasta recipe over and over again, but you use a different sauce every time. Which is kind of weird when you think about it. Part of the formula is changing the formula every time so you don't get bored. We like the novelty, but we also want something that feels familiar. It almost becomes an oxymoron, kind of like lower inflation or jumbo shrimp. Striking this balance between old and new is what major brands do for decades to stay relevant while still being reliable and trustworthy. See, the big titles that get that formula right can ride for years and years on gamer loyalty and goodwill and great content, all that stuff, while other games just kind of show up every 5 years or so, shoot themselves in the foot, and then leave. But let's back up for a moment. Do you remember when I said that you see ads for Call of Duty every year? I think it's pretty obvious that yearly release cycles play into this as well. New game come out every year, we get primed to wait for new game, we enjoy new game because we liked old game, so then we buy new game. Usually that works pretty damn well as long as the formula hasn't been changed too much, and as long as players aren't too fatigued from getting yearly releases all the time, which is kind of what happened with the new COD. But what's more interesting is that even if we don't like the game as much, we can still buy it because people we like the game. This happened to me a lot when I was a kid. Every year, my homies would go out and get the new Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, whatever, and I was like, Black Ops was great, MW2 was great, Modern Warfare 3, I'm like, I wasn't really feeling it, but all my homies get the game, so I have to get the game. I didn't want to get left behind. I had FOMO for my fellow homos. So I paid $60 of my hard-earned birthday money to get Call of Duty 37 Escape from the Perfume Department, and I didn't even like it. And we all know that FOMO is a real thing that we unfortunately care about. If you stop buying the new FIFA every year, you have one less thing in common with your FIFA friends. Friends for short. If you don't keep up with every new Fortnite update, then your Fort friends will leave you on the battle bus. And since you're friends with the people that play GTA, and GTA is a game that you play often, then GTA can start to become a part of your identity and how you see yourself. You can start to see yourself as a Skyrim player who's loved the game ever since it came out, or a girl who likes playing indie games all night on Discord, or a dude that likes racing games or Mario games or whatever it is. The longer you play these games, the more they become entrenched in your sense of self and your habits. And it's not really a bad thing either. Obviously, it's good to have habits that are healthy, blah, 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 all that stuff. But it is another reason that whenever the PS6 comes out, you're probably gonna buy the latest version of Skyrim for it. Don't you doubt for a moment that Todd Howard is gonna put Skyrim on the PS6. Do not doubt the Toddinator. So there's a bunch of different psychological aspects that we've looked at to explain this, but I think there's also a lot that we're missing in the games themselves. A lot of these big games like GTA, Skyrim, COD reward players for sticking with them. The longer you play GTA, the more money you earn and the more flying motorcycles you can buy. You learn every little nook and cranny of Los Santos, all the shortcuts, all the little tricks to earn XP faster. Your skill increases at the game, right? You get sucked into these gameplay loops that are meant to become habits for you. Drive to mission, blow up stuff, profit, load into a lobby, get drop-shotted, and cry. And that cycle pulls you in over and over again until you realize it's 2 in the morning on a school night and you have to get up at 7 a.m. But you'll be back tomorrow. All of that is called cognitive fluency. You understand the game deeply, you know how it works, and you can appreciate it despite any flaws it might have. And then the question is, why would you spend $70 on a new game from a new series that might be good when you can just buy the newest COD that you'll probably still like? And then you end up enjoying these games for years. You start to associate them with certain times in your life, with certain people, whenever you were growing up, high school, college, whatever it is. And then eventually the new generation comes in and they play some game that you've never heard about or you tried once and you didn't like it. And they kind of see you as the old man yelling at the cloud. But the thing is, one day we will all be the old man yelling at the cloud. And right now, I'm yelling, take me back to Reach. Thank you for watching. Go to my Patreon for more. You should watch this video. Bye!